Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus, and welcome to Livestream Tuesday, the time of the week where we go live and see who's online. And for this week, it's a very stormy Livestream Tuesday because here in the UK we have Storm Brendan. It's such a storm, it's even got a name. So hopefully the internet will stay connected and everything will work. You might notice that the lighting looks a little bit different, even though it will be subtle. I've got a new monitor, which you guys might already know from Patreon because I did a post on there, and this one's bigger, so it means that I can see stuff more clearly, and it means that I can see the comments and all that kind of stuff and read it out, which is good because sometimes it used to be very small. But hello guys, thank you everyone for tuning in tonight, and let me just get the names of my patrons along the bottom of the screen as I always do with these live streams. Hopefully this is all working. If you guys can keep me informed in the comments section, that would be great. At the moment I'm looking at everything saying it's working, so I'm just going to continue. But hello guys, we've got Linda and Lisa and Barbara and Richard and Jeff and JJ Guitaring and the Rock Chick and Debbie and Lindsay. Hello guys, thank you for tuning in tonight. So last week the live stream was stopped because of copyrights, and the songs of my own, they were my own copyrights. So this is something that I want to bring up this week. Today I'm going to be featuring just an acoustic version of a couple of my songs, so two separate videos, because those aren't on iTunes and Amazon and on the website, and they aren't copyright in terms of having their own copyright, so I should be able to play those on the live stream. And to everybody else who have mentioned about saying, oh, I'm sorry that you've got blocked on the copyrights with your live stream, don't worry about it. It's not a serious deal at all because it's my own copyrights, so don't worry about it. I'm not going to follow through and send myself an email from a lawyer and take myself to court. It's just something that's a bit funny that it's happened, because it shows how copyrights work, that they don't really look into how it's being used. It's just automatically blocked, and that's just what happened last week. But I'm in the process of trying to sort that out, so just for this week we'll have a couple of acoustic songs that I know will be okay with the copyrights. But thank you guys for all of the messages last week, and don't worry, it's not a serious deal breaker at all. I'm going to get the super chat on screen, and also let's get the live chat room in there as well. Hello guys, hello everyone going through on the right hand side. It looks like it's all working and I can actually see it quite clearly, not quite as big as it would be able to look at myself. Obviously I'm not going to be looking at myself because that'll be weird, but I can see the comments, and thank you everybody. We've had a few super chat donations already, and Rose has donated $5, and the message is, welcome to all the new folks, and Yu can't be here but she says hi, love the monitor. Thank you Rose, and thank you for relaying that message from Yu as well. And Carl's in the house, and Carl was in the chat section before the live stream went live, which I saw for some reason this week. It just so happened that I could jump in there and message. So thank you guys for waiting for this live stream. And Carl has donated $6.66, and the message is, rock for the Cross the Pond Fund. Stay safe from the storm. Thank you for that, Carl. You might be able to hear it now and again on the microphone when it does get really blustery, because it's been windy to the point of, or to the speed of 80 miles an hour or 90 miles an hour in some places. So it's a bit crazy. The other day I was opening the door and it almost blew the door off and took me with it because it's so powerful, but fingers crossed it will all work tonight. If it all just cuts out, then you can blame the storm. And thank you for that, Carl. We've also got Gil, who has donated $21.12, and yes, I've now got that reference. 2112, rest in peace Neil Peart, a true master. Thank you for that, Gil. And yes, this is going back to the sad news. I did a video on this. Thank you everybody, by the way, for all of the messages requesting a video on Neil. It's something that unfortunately I didn't hear about it until I had already uploaded the video for the night, and there was one person that says, oh, I can't believe you've featured, it was Jerry Lee Lewis, I think, on the night that, you know, the news is broken. But I'm not always checking the internet and looking at the news, and I have a lot of stuff that I'm doing, especially when I'm making a video. It's probably a 7-hour or longer process from beginning to end, and I don't have the chance to get on the internet and look at anything. So unfortunately I didn't hear about that, but then I did the video the next night as soon as I could. So thank you, Gil, for that donation, and I hope you guys enjoyed that video. It's another thing that when I'm doing a commemorative video, especially someone like Neil, I wanted to go along the lines, and I always try to go along the lines of celebrating their musicianship, their artistry, and do a video along those lines rather than getting a little bit too down in the dumps, because it is so easy to do that. And then it's unfortunately something that people that might not know of Neil's playing, if you focus on the very sad news and go down those lines, it's always going to potentially not give other people a chance to see him in action. So I just wanted to get Neil up there and look at some of his amazing drumming. But anyway, thank you, Gil, so much for that donation for the 2112. And Brian has just donated $20 as well. Thank you, Brian, so much for that. And Debbie has just jumped in as well with $9.99. And the message is #1 fan. So thank you for that, Debbie. And it's all happening. Thank you, Carla. I can now see it on the right-hand side, a $4.99 donation. And that's a straight-up donation without any message. Thank you for that, Carla. That's something that I would never have seen before, because that might be at the bottom of the super chat window that I can't currently see. Let me just have a scroll down on the screen. Yeah, it hasn't shown up yet, so thank you for that, Carla. Again, I wouldn't have seen that on the normal screen. So straight away we've got a positive result. And just to mention as well, if we can leave a thumbs up, I always forget to say this in the live streams, but we always try and aim for 300 in each live stream. So if we can spike those likes, that would be great. It would be massively appreciated. So let's get into the first video of the night. And this is going to be my live version of Amelia. I think it's the acoustic version. I'm hoping that it is, that it's going to be set up that way. Fingers crossed that it's all going to work. But this is an acoustic version of one of my songs called Amelia, which is on my album called Persistence, which you can get on Amazon, iTunes, and my website, wingsofpegasus.com. But let's get this going, and fingers crossed this is the video that I'm hoping it is. And I'll be in the comment section as always, and I'll see you guys after this. Rock! Alright, Phil here, Wings of Pegasus, and I had a little bit of spare time, so I thought I'd whip down an acoustic version of a track called Amelia, which will be on the album once it comes out. Now I've decided to sit on the squeakiest chair ever. Hopefully that won't affect it too much. Now the idea that I've got in my head is to play along like a version now, and then play along to that version afterwards, and then hopefully sort of sync it up somehow. But it should work. In my head, I think it's going to be fine. So let's see. Lost forever under all this emptiness. Each time I try to get inside, you're on a mile, no time for talking. Amelia, Amelia, how could you started. It's never ending. On a roll, this emptiness. Each time I try to get inside, you're on a mile, no time for talking. Amelia, Amelia, how could you lead me on this way? I knew I should have stayed away. Amelia, Amelia, there's nothing more left to say. It's time to go our separate ways. Don't tell me you love me when you're sorry. It's not enough. Ooh, no. Only this time I woke and broken free. Amelia, Amelia, how could you lead me on this way? I knew I should have stayed away. Amelia, Amelia, there's nothing more left to say. It's time to go our separate ways. Amelia, Amelia, how could you lead me on this way? I knew I should have stayed away. Amelia, 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 Amelia. Cheers. And there we have it. That was my song called Amelia, the acoustic version of it, recording myself twice in a row. But maybe I should have cut off the end when I just say thanks, or what did I just say? I can't remember. Very short memory, but yeah, not the normal ending to my videos. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And the thing that I've got set up this week with the new monitor and my old monitor, which is off to my left, because I've got the comments and stuff going off on the left and I'm screen grabbing them so I can see them here in front of me, it means that on the left things keep moving and I'm so tempted to look at what's going on, but eventually it does show up on the screen in front of me. But it's a little bit distracting, but at least we've got a little bit of extra lighting, and I think that's something that was mentioned in the super chat section, because let's have a little scroll through, because thank you so much for all of this action in the super chat window tonight. And we've had another donation from Carla. Thank you, Carla, for that, with a $4.99 donation, and then the same again. And the message is, the new monitor lights you up, and then a man with some shades on. So thank you so much for that, Carla, the double donation, and for letting me know it's the screen here that's giving me a little bit of extra light. And hopefully it's one of those things that improves the quality of the video. I don't know. They do say that the more lighting you have, the better, to a point, for high definition and all that kind of stuff. But as long as you guys can see me in some form and it's smooth, then that's all I can hope for with the stream. But thank you, Carla, for those donations. And James has donated $10. And James has also said #1 fan, with the little man jumping up and down, punching the air. So thank you for that, James. And Marge has donated $2. And the message is, hi, Upper Peninsula, Michigan, USA. Thank you for that donation, Marge. And hello, thank you for tuning in tonight. And then we have Ian in the house, who has donated a crazy $112. Thank you so much for that, Ian. And this is for getting to 112,000 subs. So thank you for that, Ian. And thank you for reminding me that, yes, yesterday, I think I went past, well, I know that we went past 112,000, but I know that it's a crazy number. And thank you, everybody, for liking and subscribing and checking out the videos and for commenting. And thank you, Ian, for that donation. And Ian's daughter, by the way, also is called Emilia, so almost Amelia. So I'll throw that in there as well, especially after the video that I've just shown. But thank you, Ian, for that crazy donation. And thank you, everybody, for subscribing, because 112,000 is probably more than I would ever have imagined when I first started on this YouTube channel in 2011, and it's great to be able to spend a Tuesday night with you guys as well on live stream, and also be able to upgrade stuff like I have this week. And fingers crossed, it seems to be working so far, but maybe it will stop working now that I've said that. But Ian, thank you so much for that. And Beanie Angela has just donated $5, and the message is, first of all, cheers Till. And then I've seen another donation go through the window from Angela again, and it says, cheers Phil, in capital letters. So thank you, Angela, for those 2 donations, for those $5 donations. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And if we can hit that thumbs up, that would be great, because we are aiming for 300 likes tonight, if at all possible. We're going to be scooting into the next video, and this is one that was requested over on Patreon. As always, I do a post over there before I start the live stream in order to find videos to play. And for this week, like I said, I'm going to be featuring stuff that hopefully won't be flagged on copyrights of myself. And again, don't worry about it, because I'm not going to pursue myself for the copyright claim. So I'm going to be playing the acoustic versions of some songs, and I might throw in at the end a live version of one of my songs from the album from the live stream gig that I did, and hopefully that won't get flagged either, unless it's so close that it recognizes that it's one of my songs that I'm playing, which would be good if that is triggered in that way, that a live version can be, I guess, figured out by the computers to be a particular song by me. That would be cool. But we're going to get into the next video. So this is going to be a song that was requested over on Patreon, like I was saying. And because it had a couple of requests, it is between Behind Blue Eyes and this. This is going to be Iris, which is a song by the Goo Goo Dolls. And it's my version of it. Acoustic version with a little bit of lead guitar in there, just shoehorned in, because that's always something that I have to resist doing, just putting lead guitar solos in songs and different versions of songs as well. So we're going to jump into this. As always, I'm going to be in the comment section, and I'll see you guys afterwards. Again, if you like this video, please give this live stream a thumbs up, because it really does help the channel to grow and get out there, and also helps these live streams to get out there as well. So I hope you guys enjoy this. It is Iris, my version of it, and I'll see you guys afterwards. Rock!
I'd give up forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to heaven I'll ever be, and I don't wanna go home right now. And all I can taste is this moment, and all I can breathe is your life. Sooner or later it's over, I just don't want to miss you tonight. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. Whenever there's made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. Fight the tears that ain't coming, or the moment of truth in your eyes, when everything feels like the movies. Yeah, you bleed just to know you're alive. And I don't want the world I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. Whenever there's a made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. I just want you to know who I am. I just want you to know who I am. Ooh,
And there we have it. That was my version of Iris. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And we've had a little bit of action in the Super Chat window again. So we're going to be having a look at that window. Hopefully it's come up on screen. I'm always expecting things to go wrong, but it seems to be okay at the moment. We've had another donation from Rose, and this is a $5 donation. It's on the bottom of the screen, so I can't see it at the moment, but let's get it on the other screen. The message is, wow, that was great. Phil, thank you. How did you get the close-up shots? Was someone else filming? Did you have two cameras, or did you do multiple takes? So that video was quite a long time ago, and I only had one camera, main camera, which is a high definition camera, and I had two flip videos. So it meant that when I say flip videos, they're flip video cameras. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but they used to be HD cameras that were very small and quite cheap. So I bought those, and it was really good for videoing outside, but then when you're doing something in a room and the lighting's not very good, it's not very good quality. But I had, from memory, two of those set up, and then the main camera maybe in front of me, and you do the first take and that's all fine, that's all great. But then for, well, viewing purposes and to make it a little bit more interesting, I generally try and then do another couple of shots. And the good thing about the flip cameras, because they were small, I could attach them to the top of the guitar. So when you're looking at the guitar neck, that was a separate shot that I've played through all the rhythm again, just to have that option to go to that shot. So it is generally quite a long process, especially if you do even more shots. For example, later on I then started to do shots of the bass as well, and maybe the piano, and getting all these different shots, it means that you'll generally have maybe between 6 and 10 shots of the same song. Obviously you have to keep doing the song. The first take's fine, but then you might have to do another 9 of just playing the part of the song with another shot. So it was quite a lengthy process, but it all makes it look better on YouTube, so that's the reason for doing that. And thank you for the donation, Rose, and for that question as well, because it's something that is interesting when you start to look at all of the things that go into putting a video together on YouTube, especially a cover video, because you've got to record everything, and then you've got to play all the instruments individually, then you've got to sort your lighting out, which I've already mentioned that this lighting on the live stream tonight is a little bit more extreme because of the extra screen that I've got by the side of me. But if you're joining in late, I've got a new monitor, and the old monitor's on my left here, so lots of stuff's going off, but I'm trying to ignore it, and it's giving me an extra little bit of lighting from that side. But when you do videos, also getting into, once you've got your lighting, and if you're doing green screen, you've got to light the green screen, and once you've done all that, there's then the editing and putting it together, and I use Final Cut Pro 10 for all of that kind of stuff. And that's not even getting into the music production side of things, because you need to be able to record it and mix it and do all that. But anyway, it's a long process. But thank you, Rose, for that question and for the donation. If you guys can leave a thumbs up, that would be great. I'm not sure how many likes we are at the moment. If that even makes sense, it definitely doesn't, but we will see where we are. If somebody can put that in the comment section, not with, but the number of likes that we're up to so far, that'd be great. We're always aiming now for 300, which is a crazy amount, but we will see how we get on tonight. We've had another donation in the super chat window, and this is from 2000 Connie, and it's $19.64. Thank you so much for that. The message is, hi Phil, 1964 is for when the Beatles first appeared on the Ed Sullivan Show in the US. I'm late, but I loved your walking video song a few weeks ago. I expected you to get in the boat. Ha! So thank you for that donation, Connie, and thank you for that very specific amount and the reason behind it as well, because the Beatles with their rooftop performance, I did that quite recently. Was it this week? It might have been. So you can jump on there. And the thing that surprised me about that video was that it wasn't instantly blocked, because that is usually the case when you're looking at very famous performances. But then again, some people said that they'd never seen that performance. But here in the UK, everybody knows the rooftop performance by the Beatles. But thank you, Connie, so much for that donation. And we've got Batfink in the house. In the house? I can't talk tonight. I'm going to blame it on a new monitor. For some reason, the lights are just so blinding that I can't talk properly. But Batfink Reynolds, thank you so much for the $5 donation, and I can't currently see the message underneath that, and it isn't appearing on the right hand side, so we will have to wait and see what Batfink has put underneath that, if anything. And like I always say, the best username to say in a live stream is Batfink Reynolds, and it goes for this week as well. So thank you for that $5 donation. We're going to be jumping into the next video, and this is going to be another acoustic video. I hope you guys enjoy this. It's Paris Nord, which you can also find on my album. On the album, they are full versions of the songs. So these acoustic versions are standalone versions and ones that I just did for a video. And I believe in this one, again, I've recorded myself and recorded myself again. And quickly, if Rose is interested in how I recorded this, I recorded myself singing, and then I played back what I'd already sang or sung, and then I sang back with what I had sung before. But the only problem was that when you sing, or when I was singing, because it's quite loud and you're playing the guitar, trying to hear what you've just played previously, you have to turn it up quite loud, and then you start getting feedback because you've got a live mic. So it was a bit difficult to get the volumes right. But anyway, hopefully you like this and that bonus bit of information just related to Rose's question earlier. But this is my song called Paris Nord, the acoustic version of it, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll see you guys after this, and if you get a chance, hit that thumbs up and we'll see where we are with the likes for this live stream. But I'll see you after this. Rock! Hello, Phil here, obviously. This is going to be my acoustic version of one of my album tracks called Paris Nord, and I'm going to film another bit after this and edit it in so that I can sing the other part of the chorus with myself.
If I had known, if I had known for just one moment you'd be gone, it's not okay, we want to know, lost in your eyes, Paris night skies, both hypnotized. Find a way to find your way, spend the night with you in Paris Nord. So a heartbeat, you were gone. Like ships in the night, love at first sight, holding you tight, holding you tight. Find a way, find a way, to find your way, to find your way. Spend the night with you in Paris, Nord. So unfair, so unfair. You left me there. Just her aroma from our standstill adventure. Now I'm stuck in a world of regret, and it's 9:35. I'm not happy, but I feel alive. So much I wanted to say, but now it's too late.
And there we have it. That was my song called Paris Nord. I hope you guys liked it. And we did have a minor crisis in the comment section there because Laurie lost her wrench. And we don't know where it went. I don't know. And I don't know why that even happened. But Laurie was not a moderator for a short space of time. And fortunately, it is back again. So Laurie found her wrench. So that is all good. We're back to normal in the comment section. We've had some action in the Super Chat window again. And we're going to get to Batfink Reynolds with the original message that I couldn't see. The message is, Phil, did you use a high-pass filter in that last recording? And was made by Flumbertronics Incorporated? Laugh out loud. So, unfortunately, it wasn't, and I think this is Batfink Reynolds' version of Frippertronics, something like that. I don't have the exact breakdown of Flumbertronics, but maybe that can be described in the comment section exactly how it works, and whether there's a patent for it, and all of that kind of stuff, how far we are into the development of Flumbertronics. But it certainly does sound interesting. But thank you so much for that donation. And we've had another donation, and this is Lynn. Hello, Lynn. Thank you so much. The donation is $50. And the message is, this looks and sounds splendid tonight. Let your lights shine. Thank you for that, Lynn, and I will try my best to keep everything organised on screen. It does take a bit of getting used to, because normally on the live stream I'd have the whole screen taken up with one screen or one program, and then on the other side I'd have a tiny little window where I'm trying to set things off, whereas now it's really big. I think that it's different windows and I get lost as to where I am, but hopefully, fingers crossed, it's going to be okay tonight. But thank you so much for all of the donations tonight, and for that, Lynn, and also everybody in that super chat section who has donated so far tonight. If you can give this video a thumbs up as well, that would be great. I haven't been looking enough at the comment section. It looks like somebody said it's just gone now, but that there was 50 to go maybe. We will see what happens with that. And I have been steaming through the videos tonight. Fortunately, like I mentioned before, the whole copyright thing, hopefully, fingers crossed, won't be an issue tonight, because we've been through a couple of acoustic versions of my songs. If you weren't here last week, it got cut off in the live stream because of my own copyrights being enforced by a third-party company that I pay to enforce my copyrights. So it was entertaining, to say the least, and just while I sort all of that out and say to the company that this is me, Wings of Pegasus is the official YouTube channel, then hopefully in the future we can start getting back to some of the album versions of the tracks, and I might play that Haunted version that I mentioned. I didn't mention which song it will be, but I'll try Haunted from the album tonight at the end, just to see if that goes through, because technically it isn't the recorded version of the song, it's a live version, and we might get away with it. But we've had some more action in the super chat window, and this is R. Gray, who has donated $10. Thank you so much for that. I can't see a message at the moment, but let me see if I can grab it on the right hand side. It's just a straight up donation, so thank you so much for that $10 donation. And we're going to be moving forward with the track. I'm not sure whether I should actually start this or not, because there's every chance that, because it sounds a lot like the recorded version of the song from my album, maybe it will get blocked, maybe it won't, or maybe what I could try is play a single called Running Blind, because that is still on the screen that I can see here. And I'm not sure where we are with copyrights. I think I've played that before and we've still been okay to continue on. So I might try the Running Blind song first, and this is one of those that does get requested quite a lot. So fortunately, some people will be wanting to hear it, which would be good. And there's an official video with it as well, which always makes it interesting. But we're going to be jumping into my song called Running Blind, and this isn't on my album. It's still copyrights, in terms of it's copyrighted from me, obviously, so people can't steal it or play it without my permission. But hopefully this is one that might fly under the radar of the YouTube bots and also that third-party company. It's ridiculous that I'm trying to find a way around my own copyrights, but it's just something that has to be done, unfortunately, now on these live streams until I sort it out. But I'll really try and get on it this week and get the company to make sure that everything that I play on YouTube just flies through okay, because they know that it's me and I wrote the songs and I should be able to play them. But just quickly before we get into that, we've had a little bit of action. Luan has donated $2 in the super chat window. Thank you so much for that. And Marty McGill has donated $5 as well. Thank you for that, Marty. The message is, I just turned 60 and grew up with the great 70s music, and you bring a lot of that back for me. Thank you, Phil. Cheers. No problem, Marty. Thanks for tuning in. And without all of that music back in the 70s and the 60s and 70s, 80s, 90s, I'm especially into a lot of 80s bands and that whole hard rock sound, as you can probably tell from my hair. But then again, some people think that I look a little bit more 70s than 80s, but I'm into a lot of music in the 70s, the 60s, the 50s. The kind of artists that are featured on this channel go way back to sometimes the 20s and the 30s. So it's all good music, because the music that we know now from the 80s and the 90s wouldn't be here without the 60s and the 70s. So thank you so much, Marty, for that donation. I am going to play this next video. Fingers crossed we are still going to be here after this song finishes. It might be the case that it takes a little bit of time to get flagged and then we disappear, but we will see what happens. And if you do enjoy this live stream and this video, please give this a thumbs up, and we'll see where we are at the end of this video. If we can get a spike of the likes during this video, that would be great in the 40th minute of the live stream. This is my song called Running Blind. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you after this. Rock!
With the sense of decency,
Years. That is my song called Running Blind, and I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And we're still live. Somehow it's okay so far. Really tempting fate here, but we will see what happens. It might take a little bit of time for that to go through the system, that Wings of Pegasus just played a Wings of Pegasus song on their channel, and let's block them and copyright and sue myself. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you so much for joining me tonight and for the action in the super chat window, because we've had another donation or 2 or 3 or 4. So thank you guys so much for all of these donations tonight. And Linda has sent a message as well with a $10 donation. Thank you for that, Linda. The message is, dumb guitar question. I saw an old analysis video where Steve Vai broke a guitar string. Why then would anyone take a Floyd Rose equipped guitar to a gig and take the risk of a string break disaster? So the simple answer to this is because of the things that you can do with the Floyd Rose, and Steve Vai is a good example of this because a lot of his techniques rely on that setup where you can play a note or hit a harmonic, and then you can use your whammy bar to go all the way down as far as you want, to the point where it's so low you almost can't hear the strings, and then when you let it back up again, you'll then get that screeching effect, especially with harmonics. It's something that was used in the 80s all the time, and Steve Vai, his whole technique and sound relies on that Floyd Rose for some of his compositions as well. So those dives that he puts in there wouldn't be possible, and if he was to try and do that on something that wasn't a Floyd Rose, or just maybe a floating bridge and not having anything locked in tune. That's the other thing about having a Floyd Rose, is that it's locked in tune when it works. So it means that when you go all the way down and you lose all the tension on the strings and then you come back up to pitch, it goes back to exactly where it was. If you're not locked in tune and you're not using a Floyd Rose, when you do those dives and you come back up, there's every chance that the strings will lose a bit of tension because they aren't being pulled tight again by being locked in that position. And this is something actually that is relevant to Jimi Hendrix in the way that he played, because on his Fender Strat, he would sometimes push all the way down on that whammy bar to get a dramatic effect, but then when he brought it back to where it should have been in tune, the strings have now lost tension, and some of them would have been out of tune. And then some people that were watching Jimi Hendrix from then on would think, oh, well, his guitar's out of tune and it doesn't sound very good. But they didn't see that that's what he's been doing, really going to town on the whammy bar, and the strings now aren't in tune anymore because you can't lock them in tune on a Fender Strat. So anyway, thank you, Linda, for that. The simple answer to that question is, it was essential and is essential for Steve Vai's sound to have a Floyd Rose. So if it broke, it's just a risk that he had to take for his own signature sound and style. But thank you for that, Linda. And we've had another donation, and it's Michaeline with a $9.99 donation, and the message is, our new monitor, not too shabby, with a winky face. So thank you for that, Michaeline. It's working so far. I always feel like I'm tempting fate when I say that kind of thing, but thank you for that donation. And we've got Laura in the house as well, who has donated $10. Thank you for that, Laura. The message is, Phil, your hair would have to be a little greasy to look like the 1970s. So maybe that is true, and not something that I'm willing to put my hair through. I generally always wash it every day because I do a new video every day, and I make sure that it doesn't get too greasy. But I don't want to start talking about my hair again on the live streams. It's something that always pops up, but we can blame Laura for this. I don't think I mentioned it. Maybe I did. Maybe you can blame me for saying about my hair. I did mention it about being more 70s than 80s. So I'll let Laura get away with that one. It was my fault for bringing it up in the first place. But also, just while Laura is the topic of discussion at the moment, there is a page over on Facebook that you can join where Vince hosts an after party, and that's the Wings of Pegasus supporters group. So you can head over there if you want to, and you'll find most of the people in the live chat room at the moment over there after this live stream if you guys want to continue that conversation on over there. But thank you, Laura, for that donation. We've had another donation, and this is JC's Radiant Ray, who has donated $12, and the message is: during the holidays, while I was on vacation, I watched your analysis videos for several days. It has already changed the way I show up on stage and practice. I cannot thank you enough. No problem, and thank you for watching a lot of videos and for binge watching them. There are quite a few out there now because it is a nightly thing. They certainly do add up, but hopefully, yeah, you got something from the videos. There are always little pointers about each video in terms of the differences between one video and another video, and live performance, and also rehearsing, and sometimes people that struggle to play live and just aren't rehearsing the right way, simulating a live performance, because it's so easy to get in the rehearsal studio and set up everything exactly how you like it, and then when you play live in front of people, you realize that actually everything's totally different to how I've rehearsed, and I can't hear my guitar amp because it's in a different position. So that's one of those things that I certainly started to implement with my own live performance and rehearsals, was get those two things as close as possible to each situation for rehearsing and then playing live. So that is something that I definitely recommend for those of you who are playing in bands and getting out there and gigging. But thank you so much for that donation. We've had another donation from Beanie Angela, $5, and the message is: this vid is very poignant and real. Thank you for that, Angela. That must have been the last video that I just played, which was my song Running Blind, and thank you for that donation again. We have another donation under that from Abby Dubois. I tried to put my French skills into that. Hopefully that is the correct pronunciation, because I'm not particularly good with these names, especially foreign names. Even the normal names I sometimes get wrong, but thank you, Abby, so much for that. And the message is: thanks for the great song, and thank you, Abby, for that $9.99 donation. And Choppin' Broccoli's in the house as well. The message is: I love Running Blind. Phil, it makes me wonder, do you ever get sad or angry over the state of the world? Sorry if the question is too serious. Thank you for that $10 donation. And this is something that I think, when I say that I don't watch a lot of the news, or I don't have time to watch a lot of the news, generally it's a good idea not to watch the news, because then you're not really aware of everything that's going on and all the depressing stuff that's going on. Because I think with humans, sometimes I don't know what's going on with the world, and all you can do is just do what you do and get on with your own life and live it as well as possible, and do anything that you can to help other people, treat other people as you want to be treated yourself. Unfortunately, it seems like there are people in charge who don't really have the same views of treating other people how you want to be treated, because I would love for there to be someday a leader who says, well, maybe there could be a leader of the world who then whatever they say goes. So it's something that happened in this country. I don't want to make this whole live stream about political stuff, but there was a crisis that we had in this country, in the UK, where the banks who had everybody else's money lost everybody's money. So it was a really serious situation. And in order to solve that problem, they printed money, which is illegal, but they needed to do it because they'd lost all the money, and they printed it off. So my argument is, if you can print money, why can we not print money for feeding people and making sure people have got clean water and all the things that we raise money for charity? If the banks lose their money and then they print it to try and get everything right again, where's the difference between printing money for people's lives rather than for a business and people's jobs? So that is something that I'd love to see in the future, just somebody who runs the world, and all of the presidents and prime ministers answer to that person, and that person makes the decisions for the world and says, right, we're going to print off however many trillions is needed to sort the world out, and then we'll start again from there once everything's fixed. But anyway, I'm sure a lot of people don't agree with my point of view. I know it is very extreme, but in the future it's probably maybe something for a few thousand years time, but it would be great to have that situation where actually we look after people in the world rather than trying to do harm to other people in the world. But anyway, let's move on, because this could take all night, all year, and all the rest of my life to discuss. But thank you so much, Chopping Broccoli, for that donation. And we've had another one from Batfink Reynolds, and the message is, Phil, don't worry, no Flumbertron this time, laugh out loud. How many tracks did you use to do those backing vocals in Running Blind? Did you sing each one or copy and paste? So thank you for that $10 donation. And in terms of the number of tracks, I don't know off the top of my head, but if you've recorded before, you'll know that if you just record your voice and then just copy and paste it, it sounds exactly like that original voice. So you need to do multiple takes, maybe 10 or 20 or 30, to then sound like a crowd of people and a crowd of your voice, because each take has got that tiny variation in it in order for it to be played back as a separate sound. The copied and paste version just doesn't work, unfortunately, because that would be very easy if you just did it once and then you could get yourself to sound like a crowd. So it was many takes. I don't know how many, probably around 20 or something like that. And then with the stereo placement of those vocals, I think I tried to keep most of it central, but then had some left and some right. But that's my top tip. If you want to get yourself to sound like a crowd, just do lots and lots and lots of separate takes, and you'll have to do that for each harmony line. If you've got 2 or 3 harmony lines, it means that you're going to have to do maybe 10 versions of a particular line, and then add that to the 10 versions of the other line and 10 versions of the other line, and then it'll start to sound cool. But anyway, thank you so much for that, and for clearing up a little bit about the Flumbertron, Batfink Reynolds, with that $10 donation. And Tara has donated $14.99. Thank you for that, Tara. And the message is, Mario is in the house, Phil. So everybody in the comment section, say hello to Mario. You probably have already, but if you haven't, let's get that going in the comment section. And Mario always gets a hello whenever he joins in on the live streams. So hopefully Mario is still in the house. It might have taken me a little while to get there, but thank you, Tara, for that indication that Mario is here as well. So we are drawing towards the end of the live stream. Thank you everybody for tuning in and looking into the comment section. We've got James in there, and David B, and Lisa, and Angela, and Barbara, and Jeff in Lower Alabama, and Mighty John E, and Lisa, Lucy, Chopping Broccoli. Thank you guys, everybody, for tuning in. And there is Mario. Everybody say hello to Mario. And we've just had another donation in the super chat window, and this is from Natural 2112 Science, and it is a $5 donation. I want to catch this just before it goes through. It says, "You rock, Phil. Celebrate the life and music of Neil Peart. He put a lot of love into this world." So thank you so much for that donation, and it's something that I said earlier with a reference to the same 2112, and thank you so much for that donation. And yes, he did put a lot of love into the world, and it was one of those videos that I had to do because of Neil, but also you guys, thank you for all of the requests for that video. And this is the other thing that some people comment who haven't been on the channel before and say you're just jumping on the bandwagon of doing a video on Neil. And everybody who's on this channel and has spent any time on here know that if there is a lot of requests for a video, I will do it, because that's the point of having a YouTube channel, is to talk to your subscribers. And especially with something like that, I think it's just the decent thing to do. And I just quickly want to bring up something about other videos that I have seen on Neil, because they do get suggested, of course, on my YouTube page, because it was such sad news and such a big topic on YouTube. The thing that doesn't it's difficult to put this in a way, because there are a lot of videos on YouTube that I saw, and one in particular that really rubbed me up the wrong way, because it was this person's channel who spent the whole first part of the video talking about getting people to donate to them and follow and like and subscribe and check me out on this and check me out on that, and if you want to donate to me on PayPal, here's the address, and by the way, here's my video on Neil. And actually, she said his surname incorrectly, so mispronounced that. And it was about a 13-minute video, and 10 minutes of it was the performance, finishing with, please like, subscribe, and again, another link to PayPal and everything else. So that rubbed me up the wrong way, like I said, just purely because if you're going to do a video on somebody who has passed away, and such a legend as Neil was, just do the video and don't put adverts on there. Don't try and promote yourself by using somebody's name that you know probably will get a lot of views at that time, because it is such a big story on YouTube and generally in the news. And that is something that did annoy me, especially when I think I only got 1 or 2 comments that said to me, oh, you're jumping on the bandwagon. Everybody will know who's subscribed to this channel that I never jump on the bandwagon. It's only doing what you guys are asking for me to do, and out of respect for Neil, you'll know that I never put adverts or do anything to try and draw attention to myself on a video that's about somebody else's life if they have passed away recently. So just one of those things that I did want to mention, that it is a shame to see that on YouTube. It's really using Neil, which I'm totally against. But anyway, now that I've got that off my chest, thank you so much, Natural 2112 Science, for that donation. And we've had another one. This is from DM, and the message I can't see at the moment, but it is a $1.99 donation, so thank you so much for that. And we're going to be drawing this to a close soon, but what I'm going to be doing is putting in my live version of Haunted from my album, so hopefully you guys like this. And I'm not sure whether the live stream will get stopped because of me playing this, but I'm just gonna go ahead and see what happens, and if it doesn't get blocked, then great. Again, don't worry if it does, because it's my own copyrights. I own everything, and don't worry about this getting blocked if it does indeed happen. But let's get into this last video of the live stream. If you get a chance, please hit that thumbs up, because it helps this live stream to get out there and helps the channel to get out there as well. I'll see you guys after this. Rock!
1, 2, 3, 4. Another dark December day.
And there we have it. That was my live version of Haunted from my album called Persistence. And you can get that over on my website called wingsofpegasus.com, surprisingly, and also on iTunes and Amazon. And there might be a link I can put on screen. Here we go. Fingers crossed things have worked okay tonight with the new monitor that I've mentioned all throughout this live stream. But thank you so much, guys, for all of your support. And also, just another thing is that you can get a t-shirt underneath this video. There should be a tray where you can go to click on a t-shirt if you want to get one of those. Sometimes I wear it in the live stream, but I'm wearing the Matrix tonight, so I'm not wearing one of the official t-shirts underneath this video, but you can head over there. Just talking about you guys and your support, thank you so much for everything that you do to support me and this channel, and referencing the new monitor that I've got. And this is why I've got the lights shining from the side, because I now have two monitors, this large one where I can see everything going on. This is all due to you guys and your support and the donations in the super chats on the live streams, and the massively supportive people at the bottom of the screen who are my patrons. I'd like to say a massive thank you to you guys, and you know who you are because a lot of you do pop up in the super chat window as well. So thank you guys so much for your support over there and on here, because it allows me to do everything on this channel with a new video every single night just from your support, and to be able to update stuff and buy a new monitor is crazily good and just makes everything so much easier to deal with, especially on these live streams, because I have so much information going on at the same time. So thank you guys. I'm going to be calling this a night now, because somehow we have survived the we have survived Wings of Pegasus copyright police, who are myself, and fortunately I think I'm going to be able to make this public after this live stream as well, so you guys can watch it on catch up. If you are watching this after it's been live, you can still hit that thumbs up. It will really help. And a massive thank you to all of you guys for hitting the thumbs up, because we were over 300, I think 320, something like that. So another goal hit for the live stream tonight. Thank you everybody on Patreon as well for requesting videos, because it allows me to play a cover, but also other songs. Generally on the other live streams I've got a little bit more freedom, but I will get around that issue in order to play more of my own stuff in the live streams, including the recorded versions of the tracks from the album Persistence. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm going to be leaving now. If you guys want to carry on the conversation, head over to the Facebook group now. Wings of Pegasus Supporters Group is what it's called. Just type that into the search box, and Vince usually does that extra little party after party, as it's called, after the live stream. So you'll be able to get involved over there. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you moderators as well, and Laurie, who found her wrench halfway through this live stream. Congratulations for that. I don't know where it went in the first place, but thank you guys as well for moderating and making the comment section such a nice place to be. So I'm going to see you guys next week at the same time, the same place, or in the comment section of the analysis videos, because I'm going to be there as always every single night. And thank you as well for all of the comments, all of the likes, and all of the requests to do analysis videos, because without those I wouldn't be looking at any artists, because that's how it works. I get these requests and I look at whoever you guys want me to look at. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, and Mario in the house, and Don and Michelle and Batfrink and Beach Girl and Brian and Trajgien1 and Corpsey and Carla and Chopping Broccoli and Lynn, David B, Catfolk7. Thank you for tuning in tonight, and I'll see you the same time, same place next week. and in the comment section, and I'm going to be on Patreon as well. I always check that every night with the messages over there, so I will be on Patreon later tonight as well. So thank you for tuning in, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this live stream with this new monitor setup that obviously you can't appreciate because you don't get to look at it, but maybe you noticed that the camera is a bit higher because the screen is bigger than it used to be. But fortunately, it's not too noticeable, so I think we'll get away with it, this new camera angle. I'll see you guys at the next analysis video tomorrow on Patreon tonight, or live next week at the live stream. Again, same time, same place. Catch you later, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Rock!